So I had like 5 interviews today, and it's like, it was a pretty big amount. I don't always have 5 interviews in a day, but I had a lot of people calling me out this afternoon. I originally had only one interview planned, and then it's like people called and called, and then I was emailed lucky last moment to arrange an interview for Monday. So on Monday, I'm going to have a group interview, but the interview I did today, I sent in documents and whatnot, and they said that if I have an interview, it should be on Monday and the job start Tuesday. And I realized after I hanged up the phone and thought about it for a little while, I was like thinking, how is it going to be an interview on Monday? That would mean that they have to contact me on the weekend, and not many people actually do that. They don't actually contact people on the weekend because they're like, oh, it's the weekend, I can do whatever I like. It's not my work day. And so I'm like thinking, how on earth is that going to work out when, come Monday, um, and it's like, are they just going to contact me in the morning or something? So, who knows? I might get a mysterious email on the weekend saying, hey, we liked your application, we've arranged an interview for Monday. And I'm just thinking, well, I don't actually think I'm going to have an interview on Monday. And so that's all good because I did book in another interview for Monday. And so, I'm not really sure if this job was seriously actually considering me to work there because um, I think the timeline that they outlined, it was a bit of a loose timeline. They're like, oh yeah, well, it was supposed to start Monday, but it would probably start on Tuesday. It's like, well, why would it start on Tuesday when it should be starting more like Wednesday? And so, it did seem like a pretty fast timeline, and I think it was set at a range that was too fast for the business. And it's like I know you're thinking, oh, what's the difference between Monday, Tuesday to Wednesday? Probably a lot of difference. Um, I'm not positive that I'll land the job. Anyways, I've worked there before, and the guy's a bit of a is a weird character. There's this, quite. I think they're quite um, interesting looking. I mean, I would say that they're attractive, but I don't actually really think they're attractive. But I think they're a little bit of a private company, and it's like they do whatever they like. And the boardroom, the eating rooms is like a really expensive house, with 8 chairs lined up on a marble bench and things. And so you're like going, all right, well, it's a little bit different than your average office. Uh, so I sort of lost confidence when I realized that I'd probably worked at the place. And yes, it probably does still flood. And yes, I'm pretty sure, the flood affects the building, or something. But I'm pretty sure it has a rooftop or something. Either way, I was sort of losing a little bit of confidence after I sent in all my documents, but I did it anyways because I was like, well, what can be the worst thing that can happen? I mean, I know what the worst thing can happen is, and it's like, you don't want the worst things to happen, and it's like, but the good thing is it's a casual job, a casual theme job because it's a private company. It's not a huge company, it's a little company. It's like everyone's very close knit, and you're like going, well, I can pretty much, relax a little bit. It's a little bit of a you're just going to be working there by yourself on a one person desk while everyone sort of goes off and hangs around in another room. So um it's a little bit of an isolated thing. I mean, I know what you're thinking. It's like being at someone else's house or something, but um I'm sure I could live even with the floods around. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been washed up that street towards the train station and then end up at the train station, but I don't know. I know that the area floods and everyone's like, once again, everyone's picking roses and throwing flowers and going, oh, that's such a nice place. It used to be such a grubby area, but now it's really nice. And so it should be a really good place to work. And it's like, yeah, but it floods, and everyone thinks like I'm mad when I say, yeah, but it floods. But it seriously does flood. I mean, the last time I worked there, it did, anyways. And so I was like, oh, I'm glad I applied for it and all, but if I get this other job, I think it's a little bit more money and it's work from home. And then I had another interview today for another work from home position, which is even bigger money. And earlier in the week, I had an interview and I sent in a skills test yesterday for another job that's in the city. So, I just hope the right person gets back to me and chooses me. I really want to work from home position actually because I lose confidence in buildings. But, if I get this job come next week, it's like, okay, whatever. But it's all a mystery to see. If I actually get work or not. But I'm still waiting around for a job, and it's getting closer to the timeline of when I'm either separating or moving to the country, and I'm like, I still don't know what I'm doing. It's like I haven't even looked at. I was supposed to be looking at real estate tonight, and it's like I didn't even do that simple task today because I was too busy, talking to people today with interviews and things, and I was like my head was wrapped around it. The only good reprieve today was the pizza. I got a pizza for dinner tonight, and I was like, oh, it's a new pizza. It was new Domino's pizza, and it's some sort of, weird Indian based pizza, and it's like got a couple of different cheeses and everything, and I was like, ooh, that sounds like an interesting kind of pizza. It's like one chili rating, and it's like, I tried it, and yeah, and the other person I lived with thought it was really, really spicy, but it was just mildly spicy. It wasn't a huge. It didn't burn your tongue. It didn't make you want to drink water. It's like, oh, yeah, it's a little bit spicy, but it's not really making me drink water, and that's usually pretty low spice for me. So I would consider it a fairly low spice, even though there's obviously a bit of a spicy zing to it, but I don't really say that because I didn't have to drink a gallon of water after I'd bitten into it. But it was really quite tasty. I wanted to make a video of the new kind of pizza, but I didn't because someone else was there, and I don't want them to think I'm weird taking up my phone whenever I want to have something to eat, because I'm just into kind of making videos of things that are a little bit new sometimes. Though I didn't do that, so I just ate it. And I can say it was quite tasty indeed. But now, the day's done, and I can't wait to start again tomorrow. I shouldn't be doing anything that interesting, anyways. And I'm waiting for Monday. Next week should be the week where I get to see if I get a job or not. So, just waiting for next week.